Mimi and Jenny met as little girls in a dusty primary school in their hometown of Obodo, nestled among red earth roads and mango trees. The village children played with bare feet and carried slates in place of modern notebooks. Jenny was the gentle, patient type, always willing to share her lunch or help others' schoolwork. Her eyes sparkled with kindness, and everyone gravitated towards her warmth. Mimi, on the other hand, was spirited and bold, unafraid to speak her mind and chase after what she wanted. Though their personalities differed, they became inseparable. Their bond blossomed during the most critical phases of life. When Jenny fell sick during the rainy season in primary 4, it was Mimi who walked every day to her house with homework notes. When Mimi's father died in a motor accident while traveling back from Abuja, Jenny's family took Mimi in like their own. They wore matching Ankara dresses to church, shared sugarcane under the guava tree, and whispered their dreams into each other's ears under the moonlight. In secondary school, they were known as the Inseparable Sisters. Jenny was calm and intelligent, always top of the class. Mimi, while smart, was more streetwise. She could get things done, knew how to talk to teachers, and wriggle out of punishment. Where Jenny's strength was her mind, Mimi's was her ambition. University took them to different parts of the country. Jenny to the University of Lagos to study business administration, and Mimi to the University of Benin, where she studied mass communication. Despite the distance, they visited each other often. Every holiday was an opportunity to reconnect and spend hours catching up. Jenny was the one with the stable life. She came from a two-parent household and had strong emotional support. Mimi had to hustle for everything. When Jenny met Gozie during her NYSC in Lagos, she called Mimi in the middle of the night to gush about him. He's so kind, so gentle, and very, very rich, she whispered like a schoolgirl. Gozie was a successful businessman who dealt in real estate, oil, and high-end automobiles. Within 6 months, he had proposed. Their wedding was a fairy tale. It was held at a luxury venue in Lekki with hundreds of guests, a fleet of cars, and media coverage. Mimi was the maid of honor, dressed in a golden lace dress and beaming beside her friend. As Jenny walked down the aisle, Mimi clapped and danced, but a flicker of longing settled in her heart. Jenny and Gozie's marriage was the envy of many. Gozie adored his wife. He bought her anything she wanted, treated her like her queen, and was quick to shut down gossip or any family pressure. They traveled across the world: Paris, Dubai, Singapore, and lived in a mansion in Banana Island. But beneath the luxury, something was missing: a child. In the first year of their marriage, Jenny wasn't worried. She was only 26 when the second and third year passed, with no pregnancy. Concern crept in. They tried medical treatment. Doctors in Lagos, Abuja, and even London examined them. IVF followed, all ending in disappointment. Jenny was told she had unexplained infertility. By the 7th year, the whispers started. At family gatherings, Gozie's mother would drop comments like, "My son needs a legacy." His aunties would show up with photos of suitable village girls. Jenny felt her world collapsing. She began praying more, fasting, and attending miracle crusades. Mimi was always there. She stood beside Jenny through every disappointment, every test result, every breakdown. But deep down, Mimi was growing resentful. She began to question why someone who had everything couldn't even conceive. Jenny had constant nightmare dreams where she watched Gozie leave her for another woman. It was out of desperation and love that she finally sat down with Gozie and said the unthinkable. "Maybe it's time you took a second wife." Gozie's reaction was explosive. He loved Jenny and had sworn to grow old with her, but she persisted, tearfully, softly, and wisely. Eventually, he gave in. "If we must go down this road, you will choose the woman," he said firmly. Jenny didn't hesitate. She only had one person she could trust: Mimi. When Jenny approached Mimi with the proposal, Mimi was shocked, or at least she acted like she was. "Jenny, I can't. That's your husband." But her mind was racing. Marry Gozie, live in that mansion, wear diamonds, drive exotic cars. The offer was so irresistible. Jenny convinced her. "I trust you. I would rather it be you than some stranger." Mimi agreed. A small traditional marriage was conducted in the East with a few family elders. Jenny funded the entire event herself. From the moment Mimi moved in, trouble began. She demanded the master bedroom. "I am his wife too," she told Jenny with no shame. She insisted on wearing the most expensive clothes, driving the latest car, and controlling the maids. She began undermining Jenny in front of Gozie, giggling loudly during dinner and speaking over Jenny. Gozie noticed the change. "This wasn't what I signed up for," he told Jenny one night. Jenny was heartbroken. Her best friend had become her competition. Mimi realized that no matter how hard she tried, Gozie loved Jenny more. It gnawed at her. She had the wealth, the mansion, but not his heart. So she turned to darkness. One night, she traveled to a secluded village known for its spiritual power. The native doctor listened to her story and nodded. "You want her gone, right?" the native doctor asked. "No, I just want to be the only wife. I want her to be out of the way." He gave her a calabash with herbs and bones, telling her to hide it in her closet. He also gave her a black soap to bath with, promising that within months, Gozie's heart would shift. Mimi followed the instructions. Months later, Jenny fell ill. She became tired, pale, and moody. Her business declined. Her health weakened. One day, while sorting Mimi's dirty clothes for laundry, a maid found a calabash hidden behind Mimi's closet. Terrified, she alerted Jenny. Jenny called Gozie, who confronted Mimi. Mimi screamed, cried, and eventually confessed everything. "I did it. I tied her womb. I've always wanted her life." Gozie, enraged, ordered her out of the house. But before she could even leave, Mimi began to scream. She tore at her clothes, ran into the street barefoot, laughing and crying. She had gone mad. The months that followed were slow and painful. Jenny traveled to the mountains for healing and prayers. She visited orphanages, donated to churches, and reconnected with her God. Then one morning, she fainted in her bathroom. A hospital test revealed the unthinkable. She was pregnant. At first, no one believed it. But as the weeks turned into months, the bomb grew. Jenny was overwhelmed with joy. The entire family rejoiced. On a rainy Friday morning, she gave birth to triplets, 2 boys and a girl. Gozie, her husband, wept like a baby. He kissed her forehead in the hospital and whispered, "You've given me the world." Their home was finally filled with laughter and the cries of children. As for Mimi, she remained in a psychiatric institution. Jenny visited her monthly, leaving food and supplies. She never spoke to her, but she forgave her. Because true healing begins with forgiveness. And at the end, what's meant for you can never be stolen. Real love, patient, enduring, and kind will always find its way home. Thank you for watching. See you in my next story. Bye.